I'll take the girl.
Who are you?
If you must know, my name is Osmund Saddler, the master of this fine religious community.
What do you want?
To demonstrate to the whole world our astounding power, of course. No longer will the United States...
Osmund Saddler is the primary antagonist in the game Resident Evil 4, and is the central figure who sets all of the events of the game in motion. Leader of the Los Illuminados, it's Saddler who arranges the capture of Ashley Graham, the president's daughter, and takes over this remote region of Spain to further his plans for control of the United States.
No longer will the United States think they can police the world forever. So, we kidnap the president's daughter in order to give her our power, and then send her back.
No.
The story of Osmund Saddler as we know it begins sometime before 2004, in an isolated region of rural Spain. The remnants of an old religion from the region, known as the Los Illuminados, had all but been forgotten about by the people there. The cult's existence relegated to children's stories passed down through the generations. Stories of the defeat of Los Illuminados and their banishment from the region were celebrated, their deity Las Plagas sealed away, and their existence thought to have been dealt with by a nearby Castellon centuries ago. And it was in this climate that Osmund Saddler, the new head of the Los Illuminados organization, made his move. With a silver tongue, Saddler approached a young man by the name of Ramon Salazar, an ancestor of the first Castellon who'd banished the religion from the region, and spoke with him about the sins of his ancestors, convincing the lonely young Castellon that it was his long-dead ancestor who had been the true villain of the story, converting the boy to the Los Illuminados and giving him the opportunity for redemption. Excavate the ruins beneath the castle, return Las Plagas to its rightful place, and cleanse his blood from the sins that burdened it. And with this new convert's help, excavation beneath the castle began. Workers from a nearby village were hired to help with the project, and though they found only fossils, as time passed, spores inhaled by these workers slowly grew into new parasites to be worshipped. With Las Plagas rejuvenated, Saddler began research into the parasite, genetically modifying it to suit his needs, creating different strands of the parasite, different creatures created with gene splicing, and most importantly creating a dominant species plaga, capable of allowing the host to control subordinate level plaga while allowing them to retain higher level brain functions. With this research going well, Saddler sought out to expand the religion into the entire region, meeting with the chief of a local village to expand his influence, and once he'd managed to fully convert the chief, the pieces fell into place for the entire village to join the ranks of the cult. Using these newly acquired subjects, Saddler shored up his borders, using them as a first line of defense against outsiders. He decided it was time to make his move, and in 2004 got in contact with a mercenary named Jack Krauser in a plot to kidnap the president's daughter.
Krauser. I died in a crash 2 years ago. Is that what they told you?
You're the one who kidnapped Ashley.
You catch on quick, as expected. After all, you and I both know where we come from.
The plan was rather simple. Kidnap the girl and bring her to Spain to be injected with Las Plagas. Once the parasite had completely taken hold and Saddler was in control, send her home and attack the United States government from within, starting with her father, the president. However, upon her arrival, things soon began to complicate. A minor annoyance was sent to investigate a lead on the girl's location. An American agent was brought in to find out what he could in the region. The villagers would handle him. But the bigger threat was Dr. Luis Serra, a traitor who had absconded with samples of Las Plagas and had created a way to destroy incomplete parasites within the body. He had to be dealt with immediately, and soon enough, he was. Captured in the village, Serra was locked away so as to allow his anti-parasite medication to leave his system. Unfortunately, however, he was found by none other than the American agent. Chief Mendez was able to recapture Sarah and the American as well, and on the orders of Lord Saddler, imprison them together. As to why Saddler does this, we don't know for certain, but seeing as Sarah was in contact with a third party, this imprisonment would probably draw that party to action, and he couldn't very well kill the American agent before returning Ashley unharmed. It would arouse too much suspicion. Instead, why not implant Las Plagas in the agent and send him back with the girl, both under the control of Los Illuminados? However, the duo managed to escape regardless, Sarah being lost to the countryside while the American managed to retrieve the girl and escape the village entirely, finding their way into the Salazar castle. With Chief Mendez out of the picture, the tasks then fell to Saddler's second-in-command, Ramon Salazar. But as they continued to evade capture throughout the castle, things began to worsen for Saddler. Sarah had managed to retrieve another sample of the parasite to give to his third party, this sample being a dominant plaga. This could not stand. He had to be dealt with, and so he was killed. Saddler had retrieved the sample. Unfortunately, however, with his dying actions, he managed to help the Americans, giving them medication to slow the growth of the parasite inside of their bodies.
Stay with me, Louis.
I am a researcher, hired by Saddler. He found out what I was up to.
Don't talk.
Here. It should suppress growth of the parasite. The sample. Saddler took it. You have to get it back.
And before long, his second-in-command had fallen to the American as well. With this failure, Saddler was forced to put his faith into his shaky alliance with Jack Krauser, sending him to dispose of the threat once and for all, but even he failed. And with the agent's recovery of the captured girl once again, the pair managed to remove Las Plagas from their nervous systems entirely. It was up to Saddler to defeat this American pig, to teach this annoyance of his folly, to show him the true power of Las Plagas.
What's so funny?
Oh, I think you know. The American prevailing is a cliché that only happens in your Hollywood movies. Oh, Mr. Kennedy, you entertain me. To show my appreciation, I will help you awaken from your world of clichés.
Ada, stand back.